Hey guys, so as we all know, 2023 is over and it's been a crazy year for Genshin. We've seen the release of Fontaine, we've seen the release of some insane damage characters, and overall it's been really crazy. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at the winners and the losers, all the characters that have released in Genshin 2023, and we're going to be ranking them, whether you're a winner or a loser. I'm going to be talking about the character, how they kind of impacted the game, what their role is, and if they fit into the game or into the meta. And we're going to be kind of quickly analysing the characters and seeing how well they did in 2023. So first of all, Mr. Alham himself, he released the first character in 2023, and he's an insane dendro damage dealer. I think a lot of people have pulled on him. He's been a nice addition to the dendro pool, a proper dendro damage dealer. We've had Nahida as like support sub DPS, you know, for elemental mastery, but Alham was the true kind of the first proper dendro damage dealer, and he's one of the best DPS characters in the game overall, not just for dendro. Now he's a little bit more difficult to play. A lot of players were not happy with how he plays, a little bit clunky some say, but still a lot of damage. You actually have to use your brain to play Alham, and I think Alham has been a winner in 2023. He was meta for a while, still kind of is. You can still run him pretty much with no issues. He's just that good, and by this point a lot of people who did pull on him have him build, so there we go, he's a winner. Yao Yao. So we are evaluating the character overall throughout the year, not just at their release. And I have to say, Yao Yao was a little bit exciting at the beginning, but as soon as Baiju released, she was kind of made redundant. She's doing the same things as Baiju, a dendro healer, kind of support, doing just a little bit of damage here and there. Obviously, her playstyle is interesting, it's very different, but at the same time she's a 4-star, and unfortunately being replaced by a 5-star soon after does make her a loser in 2023. Not many teams run her right now. She is usable, but I wouldn't call her a winner. Dia. So when Dia released, a lot of people did not like Dia. They were saying she's underpowered, she's not very good. But as the months progressed and towards the end of 2023, a lot of people want to get Dia, a lot of people want to lose their 50-50s to Dia. She's really come up, she's on people's radar right now. A lot of people want Dia and Dia's weapon, and I think Dia is actually a winner. Overall in 2023, Dia has been a winner. She works in a lot of teams, she does extra stuff with pyro, she gives you interrupt resistance, extra reactions. She's really fun to use. There are some issues, but overall Dia's a win. So Mika. Mika was a physical damage support meant to be run with Eula. Now, do a lot of people run Eula? Not really. Do a lot of people run physical damage? Not really. Is he an okay cryo support healer? Yeah, sure, but that does not make him a great character overall. He doesn't really fit in that many teams well. There are other characters, other replacements. He's not really that great. There's not much else to say about Mika. He's a loser. Now, Kaveh. I was super excited about Kaveh. I really wanted him to be good. Unfortunately, he's not good. He's meant to work with Bloom, but doesn't really work that well, because if you're using a Bloom team with no Hyper Bloom or anything, just Bloom, you probably just play Nilou, and if you're not playing Nilou, you shouldn't play Bloom. Kaveh doesn't really work that well, a little bit clunky. He's unfortunately a loser this year. Okay, so Baiju. Now Baiju was an interesting character because this guy released when Honkai Star Rail released, and a lot of people kind of jumped off Genshin and started playing that game. So I think a lot of people actually skipped Baiju, and not just because of that. I don't think a lot of people were that excited about him. However, he's a very good and very useful healer. He does a bit of shielding, he heals a lot. He's quite easy to build actually. and he doesn't even need his signature 5-star weapon. I think overall he's great, a great Dendro support, and he did kind of take over from Yao Yao, and that's why a lot of people like him. So I think Baiju this year is a winner. Okay, Kirara. Right, Kirara is another Dendro damage dealer. She does a little bit of other stuff, but mostly you would build her for damage. Kind of like a budget Alham almost, although not really. She's got fun animations and the cat form is fun, but not very useful. Overall a loser, unfortunately. Linette. Right, Linette is interesting. He does a lot of damage, but is that enough to make the character a winner? He doesn't work in that many teams. He wants to be mono pyro. He wants to be just him and his pyro buddies in a team doing a lot of damage, which for 1 will get boring, for 2 very niche, for 3 a lot of people had problems with his character design actually, and for 4 he was kind of quickly overshadowed by the next few characters that we'll be talking about. So Linette unfortunately doesn't make the cut. And this saddens me greatly, but Linette also does not make the cut. She's not very good. All she can do is res shred with Viridescent set, and even then not very well. Can you make her an Anemo DPS? Sure, yeah, but why not just use Hazel or Wanderer if you have that? She's not very good. Hydro Traveler is awful and he's just the worst. Have you even used him? I've used him and absolutely never again. It's so bad. The burst is way too fast. You have to stand still to if you want to hold your skill. It's just not, it doesn't do much. It's awful. Fremine is a cryo claymore damage dealer. You can even make him into a superconduct character. Physical damage, not so much, but you know, it's Fremine. The thing with 4-star damage dealers is they're typically not as good, and it's also cryo, where you already have Shenhe, Ganyu, Ayaka. You have better characters than this, and realistically speaking, he's not that useful. He doesn't even make that many teams, so Fremine unfortunately doesn't cut it either. Now, Noelle he's insane. Guys, this might be the best character release of 2023. Need I say more? He has a massive Hydro Cannon beam that doesn't need any skill. You just press 2 buttons and he's doing it, and everything on the screen dies. It's very simple to play. He fits a lot of teams. He's quite easy to build. He can use a craftable 4-star weapon. That's one of the best weapons for him. He's insane. Noelle is a massive winner of this year. Now, Wriothesley came soon after Noelle, and Wriothesley, well, he's a cryo damage dealer. He's the first catalyst cryo damage dealer, and overall he's okay. He's a little tricky to play. He does require a lot of building, and this might be controversial because a lot of people would really want to put him in the winners category, but I'm putting Wriothesley in the losers category. He came out at a very unfortunate time between Noelle and Furina. His damage was not super good compared to stuff like Noelle. Don't get me wrong, he does do a lot of damage, but that's all he does, and overall cryo right now isn't that useful, and he kind of was overshadowed soon after, and to this day just a little bit niche, more niche than Noelle, and especially the next few characters. So Furina, she's an Archon. She heals, she does a lot of damage, easy to build, can use a 4-star craftable weapon. Insane character. Guys, Furina is up there with Noelle. She's amazing. She fits a lot of teams. Just insane. and of course she's an Archon, so we kind of knew that this would happen, and of course she's a winner of this year. Now, Charlotte came out with Furina, and she's actually pretty interesting. She can heal, she can do a bit of damage, she's quite easy to build, and if you do get her constellations, she does get a little interesting. She's another cryo catalyst user, just like Grizzly, but unfortunately as a 4-star support, she doesn't cut it. She's not like Bennett, she's not like Shangling, and I don't think any 4 stars that will come out will be. Unfortunately, she does not cut it into the winners category. So, our last character to release in 2023 is Navia. So, she's not been with us for long, but we have tested her out. I myself played her a lot this past couple of weeks, and she's pretty good. She does a lot of damage, surprisingly. I think a lot of people were surprised by how much damage she does do. She's a Geo, which is something very interesting because she's the only Geo to release this year. And she takes Geo to the next level. She doesn't need the other Geo characters. She's not like Ito or Goro. She doesn't scale off defense. She works in a variety of teams because she needs different elements in her team. She actually uses the crystallized reactions, and there's multiple sets and artifacts that work on her. And with how much she does, with how little kind of building you need to do on her, she's insane. Guys, Navia is a winner this year. So, wrapping this up, 2023 has been crazy for Genshin. I know there's gonna be a bit of controversy with the losers. I know your favorite character may have been put in the losers category, but actually belongs in the winners. This is a very subjective list here, guys. Don't forget, this is just my opinion and my personal kind of preference for this year. But I think I've kind of explained my logic and my reasoning behind these characters. Some more than others, but you know, it is what it is. You know, could some people argue that Risley belongs in the winners category? Sure. Does Charlotte belong in the winners category? Sure. Linny, maybe. You know, it is what it is. It's from my point of view. So these are the winners of 2023. If you have pulled for these guys, you should be happy with them. Build your teams, get your artifacts. These guys are crazy. Now, losers does not mean the character is completely useless and you should never use them. Of course not. If you have Linny and you have his team and you like that playstyle and you like Mono Pyro, go for it. You know, he's gonna destroy everything in the Abyss. Don't forget, guys, the game is very easy and you can win the game and the Abyss with any characters, so it's not a problem. But yeah, guys, this is my list. Thank you very much for watching. 2023 has been great. Now let's hope for a good 2024 in Genshin, and I'll see you in the next one.